needs to be clipped. That is the beginning of the podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Hold It Down podcast. This is episode 18. Mikel is crippled. He's in pain. I am here, also in pain, but mine is internal. I'm all right. I'm doing better now. Thank the Lord. But yes, welcome back to the Hold It Down podcast. The establishment does not want us to be here. Stay tuned to the end of the episode to find out why that is. And we will reveal all. But for the meantime, we're still here and it's episode 18.
Yeah, it is.
It is episode 18.
I am excited. I'm excited for this, bro. We've had a lot of shit happen in the last week.
We do, and I can't recall any of it.
What do you mean?
Listen, my life has been so hectic, bruv. I can't stay on top of anything.
Right.
I'm at work thinking about the things I need to do personally. Mm-hmm. I'm in my personal life thinking about things I need to do at work.
Right.
It's just hectic, bruv.
Okay.
Mad hectic.
We're going to get through it then.
So my brain is like scrambled egg.
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled egg.
Crazy, bro.
And I'm very close to being on the verge of fried egg. My brain is nearly fried. I'm fucked.
I don't know how to help you, bro. How do I help you?
Just listen, grab some of the bread and eat, innit? When there's egg, eat.
Oh, egg and bread, yeah, for sure, for sure. Somehow we always divert into food, fam.
Do we?
We always talk about food on this podcast.
Well, I'm fat.
I love food.
And you're...
I love food, fam.
Okay,
Know
but
what I mean?
you're also fat. Calm down.
I'm a royal fat king.
Your heart is fat. Yeah, we've gone in a weird direction, but episode 18 of the Hold It Down podcast, if you haven't realized by now after 18 episodes, we tend to go in weird directions.
Yep.
That's just what we do. And if you're here watching and you've watched the previous ones, that means you probably like the weird directions we're going in. But we're going to go in a more familiar direction now, just to keep sanity, because we've almost lost all of ours. Mike.
Yeah.
How you doing, my friend?
I am good, my brother.
How's your week been?
My week has been very eventful.
Yeah. I mean, sling with the one there.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I have to say, the first surgery I've ever had in my life.
Is it?
Basically, the first surgery I've ever had in my life. And the first general anesthetic I've ever had in my life.
Was it general?
General, yeah. I was fully under.
Okay.
Yeah, fully under.
I don't know why, for some reason, I thought it would have been local or was local. But it was general.
They actually did a mix of both. So let me take you through it, actually. So I arrive at the hospital and they tell me to get changed. And they tell me to leave the back open. Now, I don't know if you know what the back open means. That means your ass is bare naked, cuz. Bare naked, brother.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they make you keep the back open.
I mean, I've had surgery once. I didn't take my boxers off.
Oh, swear.
Were you specifically asked
No.
to take? Okay.
No.
So that doctor had a good time. Let me tell you
Was I not
something.
meant to take them off?
It's kind of like when I've heard when you go for a massage, if you take off your underwear, you are signaling to the masseuse that you want some sort of fondulation,
Fondulation.
some sort of masturbation.
Ah.
So what's happened here is, now I have a very important question for you. Did you wake up from the surgery with any sort of anal pain?
No.
Okay. Did it feel like it might have been pressed a little bit?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Touched in any way?
No.
Fine. But I can guarantee you that under your general anesthetic, you were
Touched.
molested.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was out for it, so I don't really mind. You know?
I mean, you're usually awake and you don't mind, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking nonsense from my name every episode, cuz. You know what? I've had enough.
The painkillers are making you go crazy. Chill out.
They have.
Tell me the story. So you got completely naked and
I put the robe on,
Yeah.
arse out.
Yeah.
And I'm there lying in the bed, right?
Yeah.
Hospital bed.
Face down or?
No.
Okay.
The chest up. And this is the first time, because I've always seen in movies how you get like escorted. The guy comes in and he takes you, you know.
Okay.
They carry you in the bed. So I'm getting carried, and they take me into the anesthetist's office or whatever. It's bare bright, it's bare white, smells bare surgical. And I'm just thinking to myself, rah. And you know what? They went through like a list of things that could potentially go wrong with the anesthetic beforehand. And I don't think that they should do that.
You're not going to sleep peacefully.
It's not peaceful, cuz.
Yeah,
You're worried.
yeah.
Trying to tell me I won't wake up. Are you crazy? Don't tell me that.
Did they have to give you more because of your mass?
So there was a lot of things that went into that. They weighed me and I had to do a blood test. This was like a few days beforehand. So they had my weight and they had my blood. They had my blood.
Okay.
They also needed to know I haven't smoked. You saw me the night before. I wasn't smoking or vaping. That was hard. That was very hard.
I can imagine.
All of these things, they interact with like your blood vessels and the way you might react to the anesthetic. So all of these things go into it. You go in there and two very lovely gentlemen, white men. Now, when I saw the white men, I felt a bit more at ease.
I had a feeling that's where your sentence was going. And
I don't know why.
I'm going to let the comments just go at that, to be fair. But yeah,
It was Chris and Chris. Two Chris's.
Okay.
Very lovely guys. Yeah, they were making jokes with me and whatnot. So the first thing that happens is a needle goes in here and they set up, so there's a flow. So they can get whatever they need to, the general anesthetic liquid or whatever.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, that part wouldn't have been too much of a struggle for you, I'm guessing. You used to needles and injections.
Yeah, I inject them all the time because I'm on steroids. Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about
the heroin, yeah.
the
I'm a crackhead, yeah. Yeah, hilarious. We've heard it a million times, Emal. Yeah.
You are not in the mood today.
I'm trying to tell a story here, bruv. I'm joking. So they get
Crackhead.
they get the access in and they give me a little dose. So what they said that they
You
were
made it
gonna
easy
do,
without the boxes. I'm really disturbing your story here.
really are.
Go.
They told me they would do a half and half. So they're going to do a local like nerve blocker on the right side. And they're also going to do a little bit of general anesthetic. And that's to help me as I wake up so I don't feel pain the day and the day after.
Okay.
I either had the option of that or morphine and fentanyl to manage the pain straight after. I opted for the nerve blocker because you know me. I am a flight risk.
I respect it, because I was going to say to you, well, I know which one you chose, but good on you.
Real talk. I was tempted.
Yeah, listen, it's all banter, but you're in a strong place at the moment.
100%.
And I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And nothing, I don't want anything to kind of interrupt that. I was worried with the painkillers. Anyway, we'll get onto the painkillers after. So the weirdest thing is they told me to look to my left and there's a camera that they brought up. And then they said, all right, you're gonna feel a prick in your neck on the right side because that's where they're gonna inject me with the nerve blocker. So I'm there looking and you see like the camera is showing you the needle. And obviously this Chris doctor guy, the younger one was practicing or something. So he was under instruction. Cool. Everyone needs to learn, right, how to do it.
But not on me.
Maybe not on my nerves.
You know what I'm saying? Not on me, bruv.
Maybe not on
You
my
can
nerves.
practice, cuz, but don't practice on me.
Yeah, but still, it was white, innit? So, he's scared of lawsuits and that, Them man are scared of lawsuits.
Yeah,
They're extra careful.
Just, yeah, of course, the color of the skin makes them more competent, is what you're saying. That's what the headlines are going to read.
And you know what? I don't know where that comes from. Maybe that's a conversation for after.
That is actually, I mean, is that how you genuinely
That is
felt?
genuinely how I felt. I felt at ease when I
Okay.
saw,
That is interesting. That might
Yeah.
be something to discuss.
It might be. Anyway, so I'm looking and they said you're going to feel a little prick. And I feel the needle go into my neck here, bro. Into my neck.
Sorry, just the sentence, you're going to feel a little prick while you're fully naked, is just mental.
It's not good.
Little prick in the side of the neck.
Little prick in the side of the neck. And I'm looking at the camera and I'm feeling it go deeper and deeper. Now, you can see the needle in the camera going into the nerve slowly. And the guy's under instruction telling him, yeah, no, go down a little bit. No, you're missing it. Go back. And I'm watching the needle move. And then at a certain point, he released the fluid. And I saw all of the fluid go down through the nerve on this camera.
Where was the camera?
Well, it was a TV screen, and they had a camera.
Where was the camera? Was the camera inside you?
I think so. Yeah, there was like I guess they used like a scanner thing here.
Yeah, no, of course, it's like a tiny little camera. It's commonly used, but was it like inside? For you to say that you saw it go through your nerves, like...
Yeah, no, I think it's not actually a camera. It's like a sensor that they put
I
outside
see.
the skin, and then they have the needle like that,
Okay,
watching what's happening.
I see.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'm not a doctor, so I could be completely wrong. I was on my left. They had already given me a little bit of morphine and that. Like, you know.
I thought you said you didn't have morphine. I'm the furthest thing from a doctor, so crack on.
Well, I don't know what general anesthetic consists of, actually.
Okay.
So whatever they put in me, they put in a little bit. And I'm there, and I see the fluid release, and then I start getting a tingle in my fingers, bro. I start getting a tingle in my fingers, and they're like, how do you feel? Do you have like a pain? And I'm like, I just have a tingle in my fingers. They're like, perfect. That's exactly what you're meant to feel. And they start making jokes with me. And before you know it,
You're out.
I am gone.
Yeah.
I am gone. It was weird.
What's the difference between that and, let's say, is there a difference between that and falling asleep or sleeping? That entire process while you're out, obviously you don't really know at the time, but once you wake up, is there something where you're like, rah, that felt like really different to me actually being asleep? Or...
Well, I guess it's because you don't have the intention to sleep.
Okay.
You're not in bed with your eyes closed thinking to sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you're forced into blacking out. It's really strange.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly can't say how happy I am with the doctors. They treated me with respect, with care. You know, big up the NHS, bro. Big up the NHS. They're underfunded. And I still had a very positive experience with them.
Yeah, they get a lot of stick, but it's not the fault of the people who work in the NHS.
No.
It's who controls the NHS. That cause the issues where people are potentially a bit like, oh, the NHS is shit. Well, yeah, the NHS is shit, not the people of the NHS.
Yeah, the people in the NHS are honest, hardworking, good people. And that just cemented it for me.
I'm sure you've got cunts here and there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have cunts everywhere, though, bro.
Very true. There
in
are two
every
in this
industry.
room. There's only two of us here.
Anyway, before you know it, I've woken up. I'm back in the hospital bed. I don't think I ever left the hospital bed, to be honest.
Sorry, before you crack on. General anesthetic. How do they time that shit? Because your surgery was not a long surgery. Like,
it was 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Like,
yeah.
How long after the surgery was done did you wake up?
Like 5 or 10 minutes.
How do they time that? Like, how does that work?
It's all to do with the dosage. Like, it's all to do with the anesthetist's like experience with people. That's where they.
Because obviously, if you've got like a big surgery and you
need to be out for longer.
Yeah, I guess it's just dosage, right? They must have worked out. If you need to be out for a certain period of time, this is the dosage you have.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm really exposing my stupidity here by asking very basic questions.
Well, no. Who's to expect you to know that? You know, I didn't know that either. I don't know anything about.
Well, it's more thinking out loud, right? Because you ask the question, we talk about it, and like, yeah, well, obviously that makes sense, right? It's just not something I've not thought about before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so I wake up. Bro, my right arm is completely numb. I cannot feel it. I cannot feel it. This is the weirdest experience I've ever had. And you're trying to make a fist. You can't. There's no passageway. Neurons aren't firing. You know? It's strange. Anyway, I wake up, the nurse comes, she gets me a sandwich and a coffee. I'm feeling great, cuz. I'm feeling on top of the moon, bro.
Yeah.
I've just been dissected and whatnot.
Drugged up,
fam.
happy.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good life.
Yeah. Then the doctor came, he told me, yeah, surgery went well. He gave me a 4-week sick note, as if I work. And
See how hard working my man is. Week later, back at work.
week later, back at work.
Didn't stop working.
Didn't.
Still been grinding.
True.
My guy, you know.
Yeah, I edited while I was mashed.
You know what I'm saying,
You know,
bruv? Serious
We
guy,
need to get the content out for you lot. I hope you lot appreciate
Serious
it.
guy, bruv. We edited, by the way. I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah. Did I not say we?
No.
Oh.
You selfish bastard.
No, but I was just highlighting that I was,
Yeah. No.
you know.
Sick guy, though.
Yeah.
1 week, you know. Here. Couple days after. Edit. Come on, bruv.
Flowers. Anywho, they gave me codeine, dihydrocodeine after, and paracetamol. And they told me, take it as you need it. The end of the first night, the numbing agent started to wear off. And the pain. Oh my God. I was thinking, numb me up again, bruv. Inject me. Dissect me, fam. Just inject me with them liquids. I can't do this. This is painful, bro.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to avoid doing the codeine because I know how addictive it is. I couldn't. I had to take some. So after that, I said to myself, okay, control yourself. Take it as you need it. Now I've taken it for about a week. It's been maybe a day and a half that I've come off of the heavy painkillers. And yeah, I'm not addicted. So, good.
Brilliante, muy caliente.
Very good. I was so shook, man. I was so shook.
I know we spoke about this, and I know that you said that you were a bit worried about that. But again, me knowing you the way that I know you, and you probably know this about yourself at this point as well, is that when you want to have control, you have control. When you lose control, you fucking lose control. But when you want to have control, you have it, right? A bit like Mesut Ozil in that sense. Inconsistent, but control on that. In the context in which you were taking codeine, do you think it's possible to get addicted in that scenario, in that context? Because you are taking a painkiller for the purposes of extreme pain. Whereas in the other context, you're taking it without that extreme pain.
For recreational use.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different relationship that you have with it.
Absolutely.
So with that being the case, do you think that you still have that, you could still have that tendency to be like, rah, let me jump on this thing, even when the pain goes? Because I feel like the context around it and the usage of it is completely different now.
I know. Well, I will say that I was looking forward to my next dosage. Because I knew that
I just received a text from Frank. It says, talk to me.
Yeah.
Pass him your number.
Send him my way. I need to
Were you
talk
actually?
to Frank. I was, yeah.
When
and
you
I don't
first
like that.
received it, you were like, oh yeah, can't wait to take it. Or...
No, after I took it for the pain after the first day or two, and I was taking it every 4 hours. 2 every 4 hours, as it says on the packet. At around hour 3, there's an hour left. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to feel good again. Now
Goodness me, Mikkel.
that is strange.
But again, it's context though. Is that because by hour 3 you started feeling a bit more pain and that it was starting to wear off a little bit? Or was it that old thing of like...
I think I was compartmentalizing the two. So I'm glad that the pain that's coming back is going to go away again. And also, I'm glad that I'm going to get a bit wavy. Yeah. If I'm being completely honest with you.
As you should.
And that's why I'm worried. And I was worried about it. That's why I told myself, as soon as you don't need to take it anymore, you stop taking it. The second you wake up in the morning and you don't feel pain, stop taking it.
You haven't taken painkillers today, right?
No.
You came and we spoke and
Yeah.
you said that you hadn't taken any painkillers today. How do you feel about it now? Where are you at with it now?
Oh, I'm fine. Absolutely fine. Fling with the one there.
Okay.
You know? Couldn't care less.
Good. Fine. Anesthetic. It is mad.
Mm-hmm.
Painkillers. They are mad.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about this the other day when we were together, and James was with us as well. Shout out my brother James. I have only had one surgery in my life, and I required local anesthetic, but it was quite a painful surgery. Not that I knew at the time, but it was a thing that needed to be. I had a cyst in my mouth on the inside that needed to be removed, and they had to cut around it, remove the skin, and then stitch the skin back together. And essentially they used like metal wiring, and they described it as kind of like barbed wire. But the purpose of it is that when the skin heals itself and comes back together, it automatically by itself just falls out. And they had given me painkillers for that. I can't remember. This was in 2019, I think. So I can't remember exactly what medication they gave me. I think it was codeine. And when that wore off, boy, it made me think of that when you said when the first bit of numbing agent wore off, the pain.
You realize what it's been masking.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. And then I was telling you about my trapped shoulder, my trapped nerve in my shoulder.
Yeah.
Which I had last year. This time last year. Exactly this time last year. Worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. And I was prescribed naproxen for that. And I was like, rah, this ain't doing nothing. Like, I'm still in pain. And then it would wear off. And then I'm realizing how much it's doing for me.
Ah, there we are.
So the difference when I was on it and when I wasn't,
Yep.
night and day, bruv.
I know.
Night and day.
I know.
I nearly got addicted to naproxen. I was like, rah, it takes all this physical pain away. Is it going to take this mental pain away?
Well, it does.
Is it going to take the pain away from within? I needed to know the answers. But I held strong.
Good.
And I'm glad
Very
you
good.
have too.
Thank you. You're not that guy, though.
Not in the slightest.
You're not that guy, though. You hate anything that takes away your inhibitions. You know, anything that affects your.
I'm accepting of certain things which you're aware of. Which that sentence will be bleeped or potentially just completely removed. But I'm accepting of certain things. So if there's boys around me, man around me, they're smoking weed, hash, whatever, like, I don't care. Like, it's whatever. I don't mind, innit? The harder stuff, I don't know. I've always been very, like, stay away. Like, I don't want to be part. I don't want to be near it. I don't want to see my friends doing it. We have a mutual friend who we were at a family member's house and they had taken some cocaine. They sniffed a bit of a line, and I left the yard. Yeah. Because I was like, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I'm not trying to be around that. I don't want to see you doing that, and I don't want to be around you doing that. So I feel like, yeah, I'm quite strong when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't think I'd ever get to that point.
I think that's really important.
Your point of like not enjoying consuming things that take me away from my inhibitions. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like being out of control.
Yes.
I hate that feeling.
You are a control freak.
No. Look, to an extent, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think it's over the top. I don't think it's overbearing or over, like, it doesn't. It's not like a shadow over me. The need to have control, but it's definitely present.
Yeah.
100% it is. Yeah.
The need to have control can become a bit of a disorder, though. So it's probably important to check yourself when you are being unreasonable with either yourself or with other people.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I think, and I mean, look, I don't want to get into too much depth about it, but a lot of things that I have ingrained within me, a lot of things that you have ingrained with me, a lot of things that the listeners have ingrained within them is learned behavior. It's environmental. It's where you grow up. It's what's around you. And some of those traits that you see and experience will be left within you. But the beauty of that is if you're intelligent enough, emotionally intelligent enough, you understand the negatives from that. And then you understand that, oh, okay, this trait is within me, but I understand the negativity around it because I've experienced the negativity around it, so I know how to control it a little bit better. Ironically, you control your controllingness.
Yeah.
So I think I have a bit of that within me where sometimes I do check myself and I'm like, well, is it that big a deal? I think I'm less stubborn than I used to be.
Oh, 100%. You were one of the most stubborn people I ever knew.
But you don't know the reasons why I was stubborn. And my stubbornness came in very specific things.
Yeah.
Think back.
Yeah.
And think about what you may know about me now. And think about why I may have been like that. Was it stubbornness or was it something else? Reflect on that. And if you want to have a conversation with me about it, then I can be more open with you because we're grown-ups now.
Of course, 100%.
And I can be more open with you
I'd love to
about
have
why
that
I was the
conversation.
way I was.
I would love to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Going back to you taking yourself out of that position with that family member who was doing cocaine off the table or whatnot, and you just...
Not family member, friend.
Friend.
We were at the friend's family member's house.
Yeah, sorry.
None of my families
Redaction.
None of my families have taken cocaine. Probably.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We have no clue.
Yeah,
true. Who could possibly know?
Yeah.
I wish I had the bravery that you had. And I'm using bravery as a very specific word for a reason, to take myself out of those kind of environments whenever they were presented to me. Because I wouldn't have allowed myself to be influenced over time and make it okay and rationalize that kind of behavior. I really admire that about you. It goes to show the things your parents do, and they tell you, listen, watch who you hang out with. They're trying to protect you because they've probably been through this themselves. Well, I can't speak for your parents because, Afghanistan, they've got a different procedure there,
Yeah, it's a little less parliamentary. No, look, I don't know. My dad's very well travelled.
Yeah.
Very well travelled, very intelligent. He was in politics. He's lived in Russia. He's lived in the United States. Opposite ends of the spectrum. And then in the middle. Very, very warring countries. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. So I would urge, if you want to learn anything from this conversation, if you have been brought up a certain way and you're amongst people doing something that you don't take kindly to, don't make excuses for it. Just put yourself out of the situation.
Yeah.
Take yourself out of it.
Do you know what the thing is, though? The onus is always on the individual person. There are so many different factors where it's impossible to put people under the same umbrella, paint everyone with the same brush. It's really kind of impossible to do that because the message that, let's say, for example, you and I received the same message growing up. There are a lot of factors to be taken into consideration. How the message was delivered, with how much emphasis it was delivered. Was it forced upon you or was it taught to you? There are so many different factors because, let's take that third point, forced or taught. If it's forced, particularly at a young age, there is that tendency, and I'd say probably more within men, to actually women as well. Let me retract that. For anyone, to completely push against,
reject,
and go the whole opposite direction. So there are loads of different tiny little factors where it's kind of impossible to say, everyone listen to the it's how the message is delivered. I think that's really, really important. But the onus is definitely on the individual person, particularly now, if we're talking at our age, like 30 nearly. You got to be big enough to realize what situations to put yourself in and what not to put yourself in.
Yeah, but when you're younger as well, you think you know everything.
Yeah, of course.
You think you know better than anyone, and you have this kind of arrogance about you. And then later on in life, you realize why. You realize, oh, right, okay, cool. And you have to learn it hard sometimes. You have to learn the hard way.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
It really is. My dad smoked for, I actually don't even know.
Couple decades, yeah.
Decades. More than a couple, I think. Well before I was born. And in my youth, and he used to smoke in the house and blah, blah, blah. And the story goes, I don't remember because I have a shocking memory, but the story goes that I, in my youth, said to him, Dad, you need to stop smoking. It's not good for you. And he just quit and gave up immediately. It's what all my siblings and my parents have always told me, and I believe it to be true. They've always said that to me.
You're a convincing guy.
Listen, from young on a
sales was always for you, bro.
On a manipulation thing. Yeah, so I done that, and then I remember even in my early teenage years, 12, 13, I'd be walking past people who smoke and I'd hold my breath because I didn't want the cigarette smoke to affect me. I didn't want to inhale it. I didn't want to intake it. I hated it. Probably because I grew up with it in the house.
I used to do the same thing.
Yeah. But then 15, I start smoking.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Now it's 15 years I've been smoking.
It gets you.
Yeah. So that's just on the point of like the whole, bravery, take yourself out of the situation, blah, blah, blah. I'm not an angel. No one is. I've slipped. We've all slipped. I never thought with the way that I used to be and the way that I sort of convinced my dad to stop smoking that I would end up being a smoker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to see how people can slip and fall, especially if you don't have a nucleus around you that's tight-knit and can keep you from straying.
I guess what I was trying to get at was it's brave because we kind of got at you for it a little bit back then. We were like, oh, why are you being a bummer? Why are you leaving? Why are you... And this isn't the only time that's happened. You've taken yourself out of many situations.
That particular situation, we were quite young as well.
Yeah.
Like really quite young.
It was way too early for me too.
Yeah.
For me to be witnessing that. I don't remember if I stayed or if I left with you.
I can't recall either, to be honest.
I feel like I left with you. I may have left with you. I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, good on you. So that's how my surgery went. Tangential.
Went all over the gaff.
I think that was important though. Important conversation.
Yeah. What else has been going on with you?
We went...
Apart from surgery, how's your week been?
We went shopping.
Yeah, we did.
We went shopping.
We did. Harrods tore down the place, cuz. Everything. Yeah, we spent bags.
I've barely got £10 in my account, cuz.
This is true. We spent nothing.
I spent nothing. And no, we went shopping for outfits for your wedding.
Yeah, we did.
And that was fun. I didn't expect to have so much fun doing that.
It was a really fun day. To be fair, the shopping part got over quite quickly.
Yeah.
Right? We went into what? 2 shops?
Yeah.
And then in the second one, I know the guy, I know the shop. We've bought loads of stuff from them before. They had the gear that you man were after.
They had our gear cards.
They had the gear you
man were after. They had our sizes. They had the colors. They had the velvet tops.
You know what I'm saying?
They had everything ready.
They had the gear for your idea. and you liked it, you purchased it, and now you, man, are gonna come to an Afghan wedding looking all Afghan and that.
We're gonna look traditional. I am so gassed, bro, and I love absorbing culture like that. I love doing that. I realized that about myself growing up. Take me to your Indonesian wedding. Take me to your Kosovan wedding. Take me to your Afghani wedding. You know, let me embrace. I'll wear any of the traditional wear. I'll eat the traditional food. Get me involved. I want to learn.
Yeah. Do you know what? When you and James said that you wanted to like come in traditional and embrace it, I was like gassed. I was like, yo, like these are my brothers, man. These are two of my closest friends. They're gonna come to my wedding. That's massive enough, like as it is, bro. Considering how long we've known each other, where we started, where we are now. I'm getting married, like, and you lot are coming to the wedding, and you lot want to come traditional as well.
Yeah,
crazy.
I know.
Crazy. So I've been gassed off of that. And then when we went shopping, that was proper fun, man. Proper fun. You lot found really, really nice clothes to wear. So it's gonna be a good time, man. The days are getting closer and closer. Man, stressed, but it's good. It's good. It's good stress. It's good stress. A lot to organize and a lot of money to fork out.
Yeah, you're gonna be bankrupt, but it's worth it. All for wifey, you know.
It is what it is. Is what it is.
She's worth it. Anyway, that's me with my week done. I think we kind of touched on the shopping bit. That's a part of your week too. But
yeah,
how's your week been?
I mean, we'll carry on from there, really. After the shopping, we went food.
Oh,
yeah. Afghan restaurant. You've been there once before. James got introduced to it. Loved the lamb kofta. Yeah, good, man. Really, really good. The food was incredible. We ordered way too much. Because I was insistent on you guys trying a few traditional things just to make sure that, you know, you got a flavor for all of it. But that day was a highlight, man. That was a highlight of my week for sure. I really enjoyed that day. Obviously, James doesn't live in London anymore, so for him to come down for the day and do that, and then we got to spend a few hours together shopping, going to eat. Really nice. Our relationship's a lot different as a three now, where obviously James lives away, but even in the first few years when he lived away, the relationship didn't shift in the sense that he would come down, we would chill, and we would still do the same things that we did when we were here before, which is all well and good, amazing. But we've gotten older now. It's different, you know. I mean, him and his missus been together for years, so that's not a change anyway. But, you know, me married now, etc., like, things have changed a little bit. Everyone's got a little less time. People are working. Life's busy. So when we link up now, it's just like, yo, let's go eat and talk. Let's go for a dinner. Let's talk. And it's amazing, bro. I love how the relationship is changing, whereby we still come together. We're still the same, but we do things. We go out, we eat. Like, it's nice. So that particular day was really, really fun. I enjoyed that. Definitely a highlight of my week. Other than that, bro, honestly, I have been a bit stressed. Like, work has been mental for the past 2 weeks, and it couldn't have come at a worse time because I've got a lot of personal things going on. Prep for the wedding.
Literally came at the worst time. As
bro.
Everything's ramping up,
Yeah.
getting closer to your wedding, all of a sudden everyone wants to, you know, buy things.
Yeah. Do the business, cuz everyone wants to do the business. So it's been a bit stressful on that front. Like I've taken my laptop home pretty much every day after work, and I'm working after work at home, and I'm trying to balance with like the other things that I'm trying to do, wedding prep. Like my life is just work, whether it be personal or professional lately. But I don't mind it because I enjoy my work, and I also enjoy the fact that I'm having a wedding. Like, life's great, man. Alhamdulillah, I can't complain. It's busy, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really, really happy.
I'm very happy, bro.
So yeah, kind of goes against the point of I'm stressed, but you know,
it's a good stress.
I'm happy stressed.
You know,
I'm happy stressed. What can I say?
Yeah.
Played football last night. That was good. Played with some of the man them that I've not played with for like nearly a year. So went to a different session. Really, really fun. I don't really know what else to say, bro.
You still got the Mr. Ozil?
Yeah. I got a couple because I ain't played with these man for a little while. They were like, the vision. I was like, brother, how can you forget, bro? I can't forget because I still got the vision. I remember what it was like back then. You man clearly forgot, but man, come on, bro. Bro, do you know what they call me? Triangle.
Frugal.
Frugal merchant, cuz. I see things that no one else does.
Oh yeah, okay. You should probably go check that out, bro. You need some spiritual help. That doesn't sound healthy mentally.
That's always bringing me down, bro. But nah, that was good. I had a good time. Yeah, bro. That's it really. I've no fascinating surgical stories.
Yeah.
But that's my life, man. That's how it's been.
Say no more.
You know
Say no more. Well, in that case, news of the week.
I do love this part. It depends, innit? Sometimes it's angering. Sometimes it makes me happy.
Hopefully today is a little less angering than last week.
Okay.
Because last week, after the first story, it went downhill, cuz.
I didn't know how much it affected my mood until we done the edit. And I was like, whoa. My happiness declined. Sorry. My happiness declined
Definitely.
for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. But it is an angering topic, so I won't
guess.
blame you for it.
I guess.
Anyway, first news story. A Belgian man whose body makes its own alcohol is cleared of drunk driving offence. The defendant has a condition called auto-brewery syndrome. The defendant's lawyer stated it as another unfortunate coincidence that her client also worked at a brewery. So this guy has auto-brewery syndrome and he works at a brewery, which is kind of very coincidental. 3 doctors independently examined him and confirmed he had ABS. People are not born with ABS but can develop it when they already have other intestine-related conditions. Patients' symptoms are consistent with alcoholic intoxication, such as slurred speech, stumbling, loss of motor function, dizziness, and belching. So essentially, it's just like being drunk.
Auto-brewery syndrome.
Yeah. His body makes its own alcohol.
When you told me the name of it, when you read out the name of it, I didn't believe you.
Really?
Yes. Because I was like, it's got to be a joke. Auto-brewery syndrome. Brewery! Are they mocking it? Like,
It's pretty, to the point, ain't
I
it?
mean, yeah, 100%. If you told me what's auto-brewery syndrome, I'd be like,
You'd be able to explain that.
man, you're creating your own alcohol. How does that happen?
I have no idea.
Also, completely separate point. My voice has gotten really croaky. I don't know why. I feel like a frog. I don't know what's happened to me. Is it cold in here? Am I getting a cold?
I don't know.
I had a cold. It reached its peak. It ended. And that was not that long ago. And if I have another cold, I'll be upset.
Stop sucking dick. Maybe that won't happen.
You're right. I should have thought of that.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the boys out there.
Boys?
Men.
Wow.
Men.
Oh, say men, so you prefer men. Okay, cool. We're going to move on. Actually, let's stay with this one. The guy got cleared of drunk driving offenses. Mm-hmm. However, the symptoms are literally consistent with being drunk.
So should you be allowed to drive?
So should you be allowed to drive at all?
Is there a particular time or way in which it affects you, or can it just happen whenever?
That I don't have the information for, but because it develops when you already have other intestine-related conditions, I assume it's when you eat food.
Okay.
Potentially.
Okay. Well, that's peak. She's going to be drunk all the time.
I need to get auto-brewery syndrome. I love that, cuz. God can't, he can't, I'm not getting any sin for that.
Imagine there was like a human app store. You just go in there and you can select things like...
Just download auto-brewery syndrome.
Purchase AIDS. You can just purchase AIDS.
That would be the 1-star rated, bro. The lowest rated
Yeah, of course.
thing.
Yeah, of course. You don't want that. But, you can download COVID-19. You know what I'm saying?
Vaccine.
Hey, Elon.
Wait,
hold on.
Wait, he's already doing it.
I ain't done this in a while. Stephen Bartlett. Shout me, cuz. Man's got an idea for you. Dragon's Den. Millionaires.
This one's better than the Action Man one, Rise Up Machine.
Nothing's better than that. Nothing. This is a close second. Yeah, that's a crazy syndrome, though.
I know.
Auto brewery syndrome. That's mad.
I'm glad you got cleared of the drunk driving charges because it's not his fault.
No, sure. But there needs to be a question around it because what's that thing where somebody can just randomly fall asleep? What's it called? Narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy, yes.
If you're a narcoleptic, you can't have a driving license
Mm-hmm.
because you could just randomly fall asleep. Surely, if you have auto brewery syndrome, you shouldn't have a license. Because if it has the same effect as being drunk, then you're a danger to yourself and other people.
Yeah. The thing is, he developed it. He's not born with it.
Yeah.
So once you've developed it, should you lose your driving license after they've identified it within you? I think so.
I guess so, because it's the same thing with narcolepsy where
Yeah.
you have to... there's nothing outward which shows that you're a narcoleptic, but you have to then essentially let authorities know I have narcolepsy, so
Yeah. Listen, Belgian man who works at a brewery as well.
He works at a brewery?
He works at a brewery as well.
What?
The defendant's lawyer stated it as another unfortunate coincidence.
That's mad.
I know.
Did he develop it while working there? What's
I don't know.
How do you develop this? I have so many questions that I know you don't have answers to. If there are any scientists out there who have the answers to this, please get in touch.
Down in the comments.
Yeah, really love to know. But that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay. Also, I have family in Belgium, so don't drive your car, fam, because if you affect any of them, I'm gonna fucking come for you, bruv.
You've heard that, Belgian man.
You get me?
Very, very striking. Moving on. Woman takes off from Texas park with armfuls of stolen geese.
My girl, I respect it.
Residents flagged police about an individual stealing geese at Bethany Lakes Park. The park's recreation department posted about the crime, stating police have been informed of the foul play. The department added that police were taking the necessary steps to quack the case.
You're taking the piss.
The wild geese chase finally ended with North Texas officials having found the two geese that were reportedly stolen. Officials said the individual who took them was quickly located, cooperated fully, and will not face criminal charges as geese are a domestic breed and not subject to the same federal protections as migratory birds. Very interesting. A lady stole geese, cuz.
Yeah, listen,
From a park.
boy. Charles, might have to deal with that one there. Because your Marjorie is not happy right now. She's turning in her grave. Deal with that one, because I know you're battling cancer and that, God help you. But if you can't do it, chat to Andrew or someone. Oh, wait, he's got his own problems.
I'm just imagining a woman with a goose.
That needs to be clipped. That is the beginning of the podcast. That needs to get clipped. That's the beginning of the podcast. I retract my statement. I will find time to do this edit together. I've already envisioned how this is going to work, so we are editing together.
Running out the park, cuz with the geese.
There is no way that geese is not the intro. There is no way.
Oh my god. I'm crying.
Yeah, I have a tear in my eye as well, which actually reminds me of a topic that I wanted to talk about. We'll get onto that in a little bit. We'll get onto that after news of the week, but we'll wipe our tears away for a lady who is stealing geese.
Yes.
Is there any motive behind this crime?
there was no motive behind the crime. She was just a crazy lady.
Dinner, perhaps.
Maybe dinner.
Yeah. Okay. Fascinating story.
Sorry,
I hope
God.
you're locked up and the keys thrown away. Don't touch Lizzie's property.
She cooperated fully and will not face criminal charges, as geese are a domestic breed and not subject to the same federal protections as migratory birds.
You know what? I respect it. I respect it. It's not a crime.
Yeah,
It's not a migratory bird.
yeah,
It's domestic.
yeah.
Fair play.
She, I think maybe she tried to give them a better life. Maybe she
Okay.
felt sorry for them, even though they're free in the park. Texas woman, respect.
Good on you.
Did you like what I did with the?
Yeah, that was
pond?
great. That was great. That was great. Large up the geese, man. That was good.
Okay.
Quack on.
Moving on with the Texas theme, a Texas movie theater has been sued. 24-ounce cups are allegedly only holding 22 ounces.
God.
Shane Wardrop took the empty container that is labeled as 24 ounces from the theater and measured how much liquid it could actually hold. The lawsuit alleges violations of Texas's Deceptive Trades Practices Act, negligent misrepresentation, common law fraud, and unjust enrichment.
Deceptive Trades Act? What's it?
Deceptive Trade Practices Act, negligent misrepresentation, common law fraud, and unjust enrichment.
Can you give me that deceptive one more time? Deceptive Trades Practice Act.
Yeah.
How much deceptive trades practice is there for there to be a whole act? It's written in law. Welcome to Texas, bruv.
Oh, Texas is a chaos storm, fam.
Racism, teething geese,
Have you seen
deceptive trades practice.
the people protesting? Did you see what they've been doing to them?
What, slaughtering geese?
No, the people protesting at the universities.
Oh,
for
yeah, they got
Palestine.
snipers on the rooftops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. You look like you've gone crazy.
The world's making me go crazy. Wardrop is seeking compensatory damages and for Cinemark to repackage its 24-ounce drinks with, quote, the proper amount of advertised liquid.
Okay. Listen, we live in tough times.
I'm all for it.
The Cozzy Lizzie, Dunya's mash. Man's just trying to make a pretty penny, bruv. He's trying to make a buck. If there is a way for you to do that, do the thing, man.
Nah, you know what? He's fighting for the common folk. 24 ounces. You get 24 ounces of liquid. You don't get 22 ounces of liquid. You're shortchanging every person with 2 ounces of liquid over a year. Do you know how many liquids they save? How many liquids? They save bare liquid, bro.
If this guy is treating it in this way and is on a superhero thing, respect innit?
Yeah.
But I think he's just trying to make some money, and either way, respect innit? Do your
He
thing.
found a way. He definitely found a way.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Maybe we should go to like Odeon or View,
Yeah.
see what they measure it as.
I have a friend who works at View,
Yeah.
and I'll ask him if there's any deceptive trades practices. And I'm sure there's an equivalent here in the UK, an act to punish those who practice deceptive trade,
Yeah.
and we can sue them. If we don't receive the bursman, this is the path we're gonna have to go down.
I'm all for like clickbait and, kind of skewing the truth a little bit with what you say, like with the small print and whatnot, but just outright lying and giving people less than what you've stated. Fuck you. You deserve to get sued. You're trying to make money.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
I guess it depends on their motif. If they are
Maximization of profit is their motive. That's why they're getting sued for unjust enrichment.
well, to be fair, really, how much does 2 ounces of additional liquid really cost?
Well, for every customer over a year, plus 2 out of 24 is 1 out of 12, which is around 8-ish%. So you're saving 8% on every cup of drink that you serve, which is, bro, it adds up.
Listen.
If you're doing margins, you know.
So if the
This is what we're gonna do when we open up our shop.
okay, if their distributors, I'm saying words that just don't fit. Whoever created these 22-ounce cups that are meant to be 24-ounce cups, if it's not in-house, if they have reached out to an outside company to create these cups for them, and they have incorrectly created them, unbeknownst, is that the right word?
Unbeknownst.
That's the one. To the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
You got allowed a cinema. It's not their fault.
No, I blame them. Do your due diligence. Can't say that.
We just can't talk, either of us.
Due diligence.
That has always been a tough one.
Yeah.
Due diligence.
Yeah.
There we are. And also do your diligence, because they are a bad bunch.
Wisdom of the week. Did you know there are underwater rivers along the ocean floor?
I did not know that.
These are formed when salty seawater mixes with hydrogen sulfide, creating a denser layer of water that flows like rivers, complete with trees and leaves along the underwater riverbanks. Mad.
Very interesting. I have seen a photo of somewhere in the universe where two rivers meet, two separate rivers meet, or two separate oceans meet, and there is a clear differentiation between the two. Can't remember where it is.
That. I think it's in Japan somewhere.
Looks phenomenal, by the way.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Boy, subhanallah.
I know.
World's mad, bro.
Water, rivers in water.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Can't believe that.
That is interesting. I didn't know that.
Okay, moving on.
But then again, I don't know how long anesthetic is prescribed and how that works. So, you know, anything will fascinate me as an idiot.
We need to have more positive self-talk.
Yeah. Fuck you, Emal! There you go.
Moving on. There is an official quiet zone in West Virginia spanning 13,000 square miles. The National Radio Quiet Zone is where wireless signals are heavily restricted to facilitate scientific research and military intelligence.
Doesn't surprise me.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's a quite scary place to be, though.
I imagine.
Just shut down everything.
I imagine. But it doesn't surprise me. I today began listening to an episode of The Diary of a CEO. Shout out Stephen Bartlett. I've missed him out for a few weeks, so, you know, got to mention him more than once this time. With a former CIA spy.
Oh, I saw him. Watch that one.
Yeah. Kind of working back. I've missed quite a few. I watched listened to Jimmy Carr's one, second time on the show, and now the CIA spy one I started today on my way to work. I'll finish on my way home. And he was talking about essentially his role at the CIA was he held a ring which was a key
For the nuclear codes.
for nuclear codes.
Mm-hmm.
Him and one other person. And if they put their rings, their keys into the key hole
At the same time.
and turn
twist
them,
it. Yeah.
a nuclear weapon would be released
Armed.
and dropped. And he had told Stephen Bartlett that there are around, I think, 200 people in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
across the United States, in different military bases or whatever, who have this sort of power, I guess,
That role.
directional, right, wherever it comes from. But he said all the other intelligence agencies, MI6, Mossad, etc., throughout the world, have the exact same people. He basically worked underground for 2 years and just waited to be told. They were never told if it's real or not. He knew it would never be real, that it would never get to that point. I mean, you never really know, right? But some of them were to actually release weapons, whether it be for a test somewhere or whatever. And some of them were just tests to make sure that these people were on point.
Can you imagine that? Being that guy, getting a signal in, you don't know whether it's real or fake. It doesn't matter whether it's a test drill run, whatever. You have to put in the key and do your fucking job.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
I don't listen to a lot of there's a lot of podcasts that I like, and The Diary of a CEO is one of them. But I don't listen to a lot of them, but I tend to scroll through and see some ones that are of interest to me. And something like that, massive interest to me. Like, I'm so curious to know. And one of the things that I sort of learned from listening to a part of that was everyone always talks about, oh, well, which president has the big red button, the big red button. The big red button don't exist, brother. What the fuck's Trump or Biden or these men going to do, bro? They don't have that button. They're not pressing that. They're going to make a call to my man to call my man to call my man to call my man. And my man is just going to put his keys in and twist it.
The procedure is parliamentary.
It's fucking parliamentary, cuz.
And it's DEFCON 5, cuz.
It's scary is what it is. It's fucking scary.
To hear that somebody has that job.
Yeah. And the thing that made me go, wow, is the fact that he said every country in the world
with nuclear power,
with nuclear weapons, has this and have people who do this exact same job and stay underground, and that's their job. They literally are underground, and that's their job.
You know,
and the US have the same in military bases that they have around the world, which is pretty much
everywhere,
the entire world.
When he was explaining what kind of people they look for and vet.
That is exactly during that period where I arrived at work and stopped listening. But yeah.
I saw a lot of similarities with myself. MI5, if you need anyone, I'm your guy. Putting it out there. I'll do the dirt.
Okay.
On the snaking thing.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me once again.
Or Iran, you know.
Just anyone that will take you, cuz. Anyone. Foreign, domestic, enemy, whoever, cuz.
China, Russia, anyone.
Whoever's on it, cuz.
I'm going to have to bleep all of that.
But yeah, trust. My people are looking for people at the moment. I'll show you.
Say no more. I'm clearly engulfed in the culture right now. So
you get me? It doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me that they have that. In the slightest, really. Like, look at Ground Zero and blah, blah, blah. Like, these places exist, you know what I mean? I can imagine they're quite eerie, scary places. And the reason why I thought of this CIA spy episode on Stephen Bartlett's podcast is because while he was talking about it, apologies, I was visualizing it. And I tend to do that a lot with music and stuff like that. Like, I'll visualize it, and I've kind of visualized what the area would look like, how it would be. And when you mentioned this place, I kind of thought about what it would look like, how it would be. Yeah, crazy. I imagine it quite scary, quite eerie, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me the slightest.
Okay, moving on.
Fuck the USA.
There is a crooked forest in Poland. A grove of pine trees grows with a 90-degree bend at the base of their trunks, all bent northward. It is still a mystery why they grow this way. So all of the trees...
I get it. That is very weird.
Creepy.
That is very weird. There's no explanation?
No explanation.
They can't study the ground and nothing?
No explanation. There are theories, but nothing has been confirmed.
Do you have any of the theories to hand?
I do not.
Okay.
Do you have the internet up? Maybe you can search some up.
I do, but I'm not going to.
Right.
And let this be a teachable moment for you, Mike. If you're going to come with wisdom of the week, don't come with some wisdom of the week. Come with proper, full-blown wisdom of the week.
A man named Charles Osborne had hiccups for 68 years, from the year 1922 to the year 1990. He hiccuped an estimated 430 million times during his life.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think at about year 7, not the school age, but the 7th year of hiccuping, I think at around that time, I'm going to Switzerland.
Neck it?
It's gonna have to be a euthanasia thing.
Yeah.
Man said hiccup for 60 years.
Stay away from the euthanasia.
430 million hiccups.
Yeah.
60 years.
68 years.
Hiccuping. Nah, I don't think I'd survive more than 7 years.
I don't think I survived 7 hours. Imagine hiccuping for 7 hours.
The only reason I'd say I'd get to 7 years is because I'm not one to believe in necking thyself.
Right.
But
It will weigh you down.
You know, but by year 7, I think I'll be a broken man.
Anyway, that's Wisdom of the Week done.
Nice.
We had something to talk about.
Did we?
The segment.
My thing?
Yeah.
It's not really a segment and it's not really that in depth, but the day that you and I and James went shopping and went for food, a very hilarious thing happened from which I cried with laughter. Very, very funny. And I think the time before then that I cried with laughter was possibly the delivery driver situation. And the only times really I've cried with laughter is, well, no, that's not true. But in recent times is with you two.
Yeah.
But anyway, the delivery driver situation was quite a while ago. How long? Maybe a couple of years?
Couple of years.
Yeah. And it came to my realization that when I cried with laughter the other day, and I had a scenario maybe a couple of weeks before that with Mojo, shout out Mojo, who made me cry with laughter. He said something hilarious. And I didn't think much about it at the time. But then when the situation happened the other day with the three of us, I started to think about it. And I realized that I have not cried with laughter in so long. I haven't laughed out loud in so long. And I think it made me realize how unhappy I was.
That's a big realization.
Yeah. I think I realized how unhappy I was for how long without actually really knowing. Because I've always been very laughy, jokey. But for a very long time, and do you know what? At the time, I kind of realized that, I don't laugh as much as I used to. I don't find things as funny as I used to. But then those two very close by periods of where I laughed so much that I had fucking tears in my eyes made me realize that I hadn't laughed like that in a really, really long time. And it made me realize that I was probably really sad without knowing it. Just a bit mad.
Well, I knew you during that period. We obviously distanced for a little bit. But before and after that, before more so, I could genuinely tell that you weren't the same person anymore. You lost a lot of the things that made you you. Something was eating at you. Something was wearing you down over time. You didn't have the same energy about you, the same spark about you. It was really concerning. And
Really?
yeah, man, yeah.
You've never spoken to me about this?
I think at the time I didn't want to mention it because I was going through my own stuff, for one.
And I know what your 4-2 is.
Yeah.
I think. I had an illusion of happiness.
You didn't want to bring the wall down, really. You're not, yeah.
Or maybe I had what I thought was happiness.
Mm. Yeah. And I didn't want to disrupt that. You know?
I hear that.
But whenever you would come to me when you would open up a little bit, and I would see your eyes, bro. Your eyes told the story, bro.
Mm.
Like, and it was like the same thing over and over again. At some point, I wanted to just grab you and be like, yo, are you sure this is what you want to be doing?
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing because I have always considered myself very prone to depression. Not depressed per se. I think it's something that I fall in and out of. I think there's maybe been a couple of times where I would consider myself, or would have in my life span had considered myself depressed. And they're the classic traits of don't want to face the world, don't want to get out of bed, fucking hate everything, miserable, etc., etc. There's a couple of periods in my life where I've really, really been like that. You know, a handful of times. But I also consider myself quite good at being able to kind of see the other side, count my blessings. Alhamdulillah, I'm able to do that, and then kind of drag myself out of that situation a little bit. But I've always considered myself prone to depression, and I think I still am. I think I'll always be that way. But my whole life, I've kind of felt getting a bit vulnerable here. I think I've had an unhappiness about me my entire life. I think I probably will. I don't know why. It's a very weird thing. It's a very weird thing.
I'm right there with you, man. I feel the same way about myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very strange thing. But that made me realize that maybe in that period of time I was actually properly unhappy and I didn't know it. But the positive to come from that is that I am back to that now. I'm back to being able to laugh to the point of crying, tears of fucking laughter. And it serves as a reminder to what I already know as a near 30-year-old man who knows himself fairly well. I'm fucking happy.
It definitely feels that way.
I'm so happy, man.
There have been significant changes in you since we reconnected. And I think you still had, or were carrying a lot of that unhappiness when we did reconnect for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Recently, maybe since the turn of the year, there's been definitely a change where you're happier. You're, different when you interact with people. You're more positive,
Yeah, I lost myself for a really long time because I could always have a conversation with everybody. I was very social. And I completely lost that. I didn't want to talk to people and I just hated people. And I've evolved where it's now I can do that. I've still been able to maintain that. I can do that. But now it's like, yeah, I'm happy and I want to have conversations with people, but I've evolved to the point where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to have conversations with everyone. I know within myself how happy I am. Alhamdulillah. Like,
you can't share from an empty cup, bro. You have to have something to give. And you had everything taken from you, for lack of a better way to say it. You got drained, cuz. You got drained. But something's filling you up right now. Something's there. You're getting filled, cuz. You're able to. And
I am getting filled, just like you at your surgery.
you gotta make jokes. I'm having a vulnerable moment.
I'm joking.
But I am right there with you. For the longest time, you know what I was going through. The same old story. I was dealing with it in different ways to you, but I was certainly unhappy for the longest time. And I feel like I've got Mayk back now. I do feel like, and this feels natural. Everything feels natural now. It doesn't feel forced. Nothing feels forced.
You know, that's a great way to put it. Yeah, definitely. I'm back to feeling that way. I feel that way. That's a great way of putting it. I also agree with the sentiment of, you said, I'm back to Mayk. I'm back to Emal, but maybe not. I feel like I'm Emal 2.0.
Patched. Upgrade.
You get me. You get me. I went on the human app store and I
System update.
upgraded my software. You know what I'm saying? I need to now downgrade my hardware. But soon come, innit? Soon come.
Just need more light hardware, carbon fiber.
You get me?
No, them thing there.
Speedy and that.
Bugatti Veyron.
I feel like I'm at a 2.0 version of myself because my life has completely changed to anything that it ever has been before, anything that I've ever known. I have, and I thank God every single day, I have the most incredible wife. She's phenomenal, bro. She's phenomenal. And she has made me so happy, bro. And I've worked on myself to make myself happy because there is that age-old thing of, oh, you can't give love until you love yourself. And that's something I'll always have to work on. I've always struggled with that idea of loving oneself. But I'm way better than I ever have been on that.
100%.
And she shows me a lot of love and I feel a lot of love towards her. And she's just been incredible. She has turned my life around. I have so much happiness and comfort in a lot of things that I haven't had before. And I feel so... It's peace, bro. It's just narrow it down, cut all the bullshit, cut everything I've said up until now. It's just peace. I have peace. And I searched for that. In the 2 years... You know, I've been good for a few months now, but 2 years prior to that, that's all I've been searching for. Imagine that. Towards the end of that situation, where you and I stopped speaking, but everything that was happening in my life around that, more and more, in the front of my head, I was thinking, I need to find peace. I don't have peace. I don't have peace within myself. Alhamdulillah, I have it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
When you're searching for it and you can't find it, it feels like a daunting weight on your shoulders. It really does. You don't know whether it's ever going to come. You don't know what you need even to achieve it. You know? It feels almost hopeless sometimes. But yeah.
That's just something I thought about when I went through those 2 bits of crying with laughter. The other day was hilarious, but Mojo's one sent me off, bro. That sent me, bro. It was too funny, man.
I know, bro.
It was too funny.
Hilarious.
Just because it didn't get good reception. Good times. Mojo, love you, bro.
They got, bro, the power of a good woman, man. It's so underrated. So underrated. People are searching for the wrong thing in women nowadays, I'd say.
Yeah.
You really got to take it back to brass tacks. Does she make you a better person? Does she make you feel at ease? Is she going to be a good mother? Is she somebody you look up to and respect? Does she respect you? These are the things you look for. You don't look for anything else superficial. It's beautiful, bro.
Just makes me happy, man. Just makes me happy.
Inshallah, one day.
Yeah, don't watch that, bro. 75 years from now. Little throwback there for the listeners, right? It went all deep and that. It went all deep and that. We started talking mad emotional things and that. We got a bit quiet in the room and that, but we're going to start making it loud again.
Of course.
Is there anything else to cover? Did you have any segments?
No, that's it.
Yeah, you want to shut your mouth finally?
Yeah.
Okay. We may have some questions.
We
may have some questions.
We have a lot.
Not enough. Don't say that.
Oh, we have like a few and we need more.
We need more. So the link is in the description down below for the anonymous form for you to leave your questions. Please do leave them. Leave them in the comments on YouTube. Leave them on our posts on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, wherever you want. Just fucking spam us with questions, bruv, and we'll answer them, innit? I suppose a question next week will be, why does your hair look like that, you prick? It looked great this morning, but my hair tends to get floppy, so I've put it in a little band, but I think I look good.
I told you no one cares.
Yeah, I know. It's true.
Anyway, my favorite part of the show,
Is questions your favorite part of the show?
Yep.
Really? Because sometimes they're really shit. This person has come back. I ask ChatGPT to fix question. If you unintentionally caused harm to someone when you were in a difficult mental state and had no control over the situation, would you apologize if you met them later in life for the harm you caused them, despite them having made your life extremely challenging? It's such a catch-22 question, and it's such a double-edged sword.
You haven't cleared anything up. Nothing has been cleared up.
Here's the thing. I feel like this person is touching on potentially a real-life situation.
Maybe.
Which they have experienced. And you've made the question more palatable in the English language, but it's still difficult to answer without context. I'm going to suggest we try to answer the question or try and unpack it, but feel free to get back in touch with some context because I think that will be helpful. So the last part's quite difficult to make the first part make sense because it says, despite them having made your life extremely challenging. If somebody has made your life extremely challenging, but then the first part, unintentionally caused harm, what is that? What kind of harm? Physical, mental? Just, listen, I'm done with this. I can't. I thought we can unpack it, but we can't. Get in touch with context. Tell us the whole details. Write us a story. Tell us the dilemma you're in. Give us all the details. Keep names out of it if you want. But fucking give us something to work with, you invalid.
You're moving kind of retarded, not going to lie.
Cool. We have another rank list. These are your favorite, aren't they? I have a rank list for you, Mikkel, from one of our wonderful listeners. Thank you, listener, for sending in the ranks. Rank the following from bad to worst. Who are these people?
From bad to worst. All right.
Fuck
from bad to
me.
worst. Fine.
Fuck me.
Nothing good about them. Fine.
Right. None of them are. Death by drowning, death by immolation, death by electrocution, death by poisoning, and death by snusna. I don't know what snusna is. It's spelled SNU space SNU.
Are we missing context here?
I don't know. What is snusna?
Is this like a meme or?
I'm going to Google snusna. From the 2001 episode Amazon Woman in the Mood of the American animated television show Futurama, in which a race of giant Amazonian women kill men with... I see. Death by snusna is essentially giant Amazonian women killing you with repeated rough sex. So, with that in mind, rank from bad to worst, drowning, immolation, electrocution, poisoning, and snusna.
So I'd say worst is death by immolation.
Yes, 100%.
By far.
100%.
Then I would probably say poisoning.
Mm-hmm. You have drowning, electrocution, and snusna.
Hold on, no. Worst, immolation. Second worst, drowning.
Really? Okay.
Third, poison. Second, electrocution, because I want to go out with sparkles.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
And the best one out of them is snusno, bruv.
Okay.
Amazonian women. Hit me up, fam.
Okay. Okay. I will agree with your first place answer. I mean, come on, it's the best way to die out of the whole list.
Out of the whole list.
It's not that I want it,
Yeah.
but it's the best way to die on that list.
You've made it very clear that you're married. Don't worry. Emal's wife, he is a good man.
Don't address my wife, bruv.
See, he's very protective.
You get me? Yeah, death by snusner is number one.
Yeah.
Come on. I'll work the other way around. So my particular one is the same as yours for the bottom one. Emulation, 100%. Will be that is horrific. Horrific. I can't imagine much worse than that, to be honest with you. And then I will put what you originally put as your second worst, but then changed as my second worst. Poisoning. I hear it's horrific. Just essentially being ate up from inside and losing all power and energy and your body shutting down, and it's fucked, apparently. Absolutely fucked. So for me, that will go second worst. I think electrocution will be number 3. Doesn't sound great. Don't think it would be too good. I'm not sure that I want to be spazzing out. So that might have to be third worst for me. Then drowning. I hear drowning's one of the nicest ways to go.
Really?
I've heard this. Apparently it coats your brain and it feels like a pillow. Feels like you're kind of going to sleep.
Oh, I might have to change mine then.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I've heard that it's the water fills you up, and yeah, obviously it's not great, you're fucked. But it's when you're dying, when you're getting to the point of death, it forms like a sort of coat around your brain, and it's like soft and nice, and you like fall asleep. So I think that might have to be second worst, and then large, humongous Amazonian women killing me with rough sex will have to be number 1.
I'm just imagining the sex, bro.
Of course you are. You disgusting man. Cool. Next question.
Muscle mummies, yeah? I don't know.
Yeah, you like that, innit?
Yeah, fam.
I'm not about them wedge girl.
That's fine.
Yeah. Next question. Which one of you would win a staring contest?
Shall we do one?
3, 2, 1, go. This is going to be absolutely riveting for the listener. You blinked. Pathetic. Pathetic. There's your answer, listener. I will win the staring contest always. If you want to stare me out, I'll stare you out. Cool. Next question, Mikkel. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? However, comes with stipulations and that.
Okay.
The other person picks a negative trait that comes along with it. This person's also come with an example. For example, you pick the power to fly, but you can never touch the ground or you die. Person who put the question in and then ChatGPT'd it to fix it, take notes.
That was a very well-structured question.
Take fucking notes. Stipulations, examples. Yeah?
A-star.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? However, the other person picks a negative trait that comes along with it. For example, you pick the power to fly, but you can never touch the ground or you die. So pick what superpower you want, and I'm going to have to pick a negative trait that comes along with it.
The ability to teleport anywhere.
Okay. I am going to ensure that each teleportation, once you arrive at your destination, you'll have to remain in that nation for a minimum of 5 years.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, you can't do that.
What do you mean, bruv?
I'd have to stay in that nation.
Wherever you've teleported to, you have to stay there minimum 5 years.
That's all right. I can teleport in that nation as much as I want after that.
Yeah, through normal travel, not teleportation, but you can transportation.
No, come on, bro. You're going to restrict me to a nation. So let's say I'm in America now and I teleport to Italy. Then, once I've teleported to Italy, I'm not able to teleport around Italy anymore? That's
Bro, you
stupid.
can fly. No, you can catch flights and that. Jump on a plane from Italy to Portugal, no problem, bro. Jump from Portugal to South Africa on a plane, but you can't teleport.
This is weird. So I teleport there in that nation. I'm in Italy now.
Basically, you want teleportation.
Yeah.
You can only teleport once every 5 years. No, bun that! I'm giving you too much. You asked for an inch. At the doctor's office. I gave you an inch. You're taking a mile. Bun that, bruv. You teleport, you have to stay exactly where you are for 5 years.
In the same spot
Same spot.
for 5 years.
1 square meter radius.
That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Fine, we go
You're
back
literally taking it too far.
Fine, we go to the other one. You can only teleport once every 5 years.
All right, fine.
Okay.
All right, whatever.
You're not happy with it, are you?
Nah, I'm not happy with it. All right, now you've said
The good news is
it was meant to be more of like an inconvenient thing that happens, not like a completely paralytic thing.
that's quite inconvenient. How do you know the context of this person's question?
I don't know. All right, fine. You pick one then.
Invisibility. It's got to be invisibility. I'm up.
Every time you activate your invisibility, you lose a year of your life.
I just called myself. I meant pervert. You're gonna have to cut that. Ask me again what I would like.
What would you like?
No, I'm joking.
It is a superpower. Oh Lord.
Access to Jeffrey Epstein's book. So, for me, Mikkel, I think that I would like invisibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, every time you activate your invisibility, you lose a year of your life.
Okay. I sense bitterness and a want to get back at me for subjecting you to 1 teleportation per 5 years.
Hey, you limited me. I'm limiting you.
Okay. You are a bitter old man. And we will move on.
That was fun.
Right, next question. Would you rather loudly moan every time you yawn or have every orgasm sound like a clown horn? It's a good question. I do like a would you rather. Please, more would you rathers.
Moan loudly every time I yawn.
Yeah.
So
would you
it's like-
rather loudly moan every time you yawn?
Just like that. Every time I yawn.
Sure, thanks for the demonstration. Loudly moan every time you yawn or have every orgasm sound like a clown horn.
To be honest, every orgasm sounding like a clown horn, that sounds funny as fuck, fam.
It does.
That sounds hilarious.
Hear me out. My only concern is it ruins the mood, but then I've achieved the end goal. So what mood is there to ruin for me? You know, selfishly,
Right, exactly.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
The loudly moan every time thing, you can't then yawn in public.
Yeah.
So it might have to be a clown horn or orgasm.
I think I'm going to go with the clown horn orgasm too.
Yeah. Plus, you know,
Lighten up, your missus's day.
well, that's not how it sounds, but in my head, I was about to do it perfectly. But it came out completely wrong. Completely wrong. So you would rather have every orgasm sound like a clown horn?
Yeah.
I think I'd agree. I don't want to moan loudly every time I yawn. We have a few more would you rathers, and I think we'll leave it there.
Perfect.
Mikkel, would you rather have all your food be overly spicy or have everything you drink be slightly sour?
Ooh.
Good question.
All my food be overly spicy, but my drinks are fine.
Yep.
Ooh, and everything I drink be slightly sour, but nothing's overly spicy. Everything I drink. So we're going with peak food, fine drink, fine food, peak drink.
My answer's easy. Everything I drink would be slightly sour.
I kind of like things a bit sour anyway.
Yeah, I guess it depends what kind of sour. If it's like a gone off sour, might be a bit nasty, but they have used the word slightly and overly, which kind of helps me make my decision. If it was the food was slightly spicy and then the drink was overly sour, then I'd definitely go for the slightly spicy.
Though with the overly spicy food, you've always got something to wash it down with that's fine.
True, but there's nothing to protect your anus.
Global discussion.
Because it's going to get mercury down there.
It's definitely getting mercury.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's going to be every drink's slightly sour.
I'm going to go with overly spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a spicy guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In many ways.
All right, bruv. Red hot chili pepper. Right, Mike, would you rather a girl with 10 out of 10 looks, grey ass, boobs, face, perfect in every way, with a 1 out of 10 personality, rude, unpleasant, loud, bad with money, or the other way around?
So we're talking
10-10 looks, 1-10 personality, or 10-10 personality, 1-10 looks?
oh man, that's hard.
It's going to have to be 10-10 looks.
It's going to have to be 10-10
because
looks.
110 looks is too far the other
110
way.
looks is mad, cuz.
Because 10-10 personality, phenomenal, everyone dreams of that. But you need at least a 4-5 in the looks. Like,
At least a 4-5.
at least a 4-5. A 1
A 1.
is a bit too much, bro. Fling
Yeah.
with the 1 there. It's not,
No wood.
you know what I'm saying?
No wood.
You get me?
No.
How you gonna stand man up?
How am I going to Buzz Lightyear out of here?
You
bro?
get me, bro? You can't eject.
Yeah. Say
It's
no
mad.
more. That was simple. We are shallow, cuz.
No, but listen, I'm not in it.
But
All
you know
I
what?
want.
That 10-10 girl's going to give you a lot of issues, cuz. She's going to bring you so many problems.
Yeah, but you can Buzz Lightyear all year round.
Yeah. Yeah.
All day long.
Woody Woodpecker the thing.
You know what I'm saying, bruv? And she's probably going to woodpecker your wood as well. Less violent, hopefully, but...
Hope.
Imagine that. Crazy.
Oh, yo, these questions are good today.
Yeah, not too bad. We got one more would you rather, and then I'm fucking off, cuz.
Say no more.
Would you rather accidentally... I've like broken my voice twice
Say
today.
no more.
Yeah, I've had voice breaks twice today. Would you rather accidentally call your wives by your ex's name or have them do it to you? That is a fucking mental question. That is a mental question. My head hurts. My head
That's
hurts.
hard.
Bro,
It's easy. It's actually easy.
I can't have it the other way around.
It's easy. It's easy. It's easy.
I can't have it the other way
It's
around.
easy. I'm sorry. I will call you by a different name.
Real talk.
Real talk.
I
If you
can't
call me
have it
by,
the other way.
if you call me a different name,
Sparked out.
not even.
Nah, I don't condone violence, but sparked out. I can't deal with that.
Yeah. Pain.
My heart will break.
Yeah.
My heart will break. I'll chop off my own dick. I'll chop off my own dick, bro. I can't have that. I can't have that. No way. No way. What, you call me by next man's name?
Mad.
Everyone's dying. Me, you, him. Everyone is you. I'm killing everyone because I'm taking everyone with me, bruv.
That's taking
The Afghani Jones is coming out, bruv. I don't care. Terrorism all over the gaff. The idea of it's got me angry.
Say no more.
I'm calling you by my ex's name. I'm sorry, bruv. I'm not having it the other way around.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
chance.
yeah,
My
yeah.
ego,
Large.
tatters. Tatters.
Whew. We've uncovered a lot with these would you rathers.
Yeah, we've really showed ourselves.
Yeah.
I have to cut a lot of it.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I think we're all right. Love you, babe. Cool. I think we might leave it there. We've got a few more, but do you know what? Always good to have shit in the pipeline.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
those
saying?
were really good, man.
Yeah. The would you rathers are great. Keep them coming. Again, anonymous question form down in the description. Hit us up on social media. Ask us wherever you want. Message us personally if you know us. Whatever you like. And we will take those questions all day long. We like them. Would you rathers are good. Would you rathers, rank lists, that kind of stuff. Brother, with the chat GPT thing, sort it out, bro.
Real life dilemmas we'd love to hear.
Yeah.
You know, give us a story. Tell us, you know, if you need some advice. Definitely, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
Right. That brings us to the end of the episode, man.
Call it a day.
Yeah,
Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. Thank you again for joining us. This is episode 18 of the Hold It Down podcast. Burp alert. There is something that I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, which is that the establishment does not want us to exist. And I said I would touch upon it at the end of the episode. The establishment is us ourselves. We are busy. We may be away for a few weeks. I have a wedding. Mayk has a shoulder to get better. And we got a lot of things going on in our personal lives. Mainly me, to be honest. Wedding, bit of a big deal, family, etc., etc. So we might not be here for a few weeks. But I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there's things in the pipeline. We're working on things. And by the time we're back, you guys might experience a new and improved, a whole different Hold It Down podcast, but still the same. Your boys will still be here. We'll still be the clowns and the dickheads that we are now. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for tuning in. Please show us some love. HIDCast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Follow, like, all of that stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. Do all of that. Show us some love. We're going hard. We're going to keep going hard. Just like we always have with the pussies. You get me? Anything you want to add, Mikkel?
Just follow us up everywhere at HIDCast. Hit the anonymous questions form. Nothing really I want to add. I will be putting out content there on the reels on Instagram, so make sure you check that out. While we have this downtime, we will be uploading content there. So show us that love.
Yeah, please do like, share. It really helps for us to keep doing this thing. Otherwise, we're just going to think we're shit and we're not going to do it anymore. So help your boys out. We love you all. Thank you so much. Episode 18. We will see you soon, inshallah. Bye-bye.